Hey guys, I'm sorry about not being here. I'm still having trouble with the software. Going to call the company today. We're going to start a little bit late. As you may have already realized, I'm going to push up maybe a couple minutes. Give anybody who might want to get in a chance to get in. I see some of you logging in. Sorry guys, it's not my fault. I see somebody's found us. A couple folks have found us. Thank you, Dodie. Good morning, everybody. We're going to get started late, of course. Yeah. Hey guys, I'm sorry about the problems. I'm going to contact the company today and threaten them a little bit. We paid them a substantial amount of money to have this show on. I'm going to give it a couple more minutes, guys, and we'll get started. Starting late, sorry. Yeah, Joyce, I see that. Well, I wasn't on, so there was no way to get me because I wasn't on. Software wouldn't work. Should be able to get them now. Probably not your device. Probably not your device. It's because we couldn't get going, couldn't get logged in, couldn't get it to work. But we're back. I want to start this in a minute or so because we're running late today. Sorry. Okay, let's do this thing. Let's get it started. That's what we can do. So, ladies and gentlemen, you're tuned into the Vital Axiom Network. That's where we broadcast this program daily. We call it the Vital Axiom. Even though we're late today, we're coming to you from the United States of America, the East Coast, Southwest tip of Virginia, Eastern Standard Time. Here's what Vital Axiom means. The word vital means crucial. Axiom means truth in this case. Crucially important, eternal truth, because we use the Word of God as the foundation for our conversation. And we're about to go again. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to another episode of the Vital Axiom. Here we go. I'm so sorry, guys. I really am. It's not my fault. I do everything like I'm supposed to do it, and then it doesn't work. I know some of you were struggling. I know my mother-in-law, Joyce, said she had trouble getting me on her device. Well, it was probably not you. It was probably me. Couldn't get the thing to crank up. It said it was streaming, but it wasn't. It was lying. It was a fibber. I'm going to call the company again today and tell them I've had enough. I've had enough to hear. Yeah, I'll be nice. But anyway, I'm going to threaten to change companies because this has been going on now, on and off for weeks. How are you guys doing today? Welcome into the show. Sorry about the struggles. We're going to get there. We're going to get it done. Today is number 1940. We are creeping our way up to 2,000 broadcasts, which is quite incredibly hard to believe, but it is true. It's happening. And many of you guys have been a part of a lot of that. You've been around for a long time. Dodie and Becky have been around for a really long time. I think Mary Kessler, a few others have been on there since the early days. And it's so cool to have you on here today. Let's see who's here. If you're on any Facebook page, I can see you. But if you're not, I can't see your stuff on Twitter. If you're ever on YouTube, I can't see you. Miss Eva made it in. My mom made it in. You have to say something. Remember that. Miss Mary made it in. Rose got in. She said she's here. Jim got in. That's Jim and Joyce together. They're on the same device, I do believe. Good morning, good morning. And then Dodie's here. Good morning, Dodie. And Miss Sherry is here from over in Kentucky. Melissa's here. Good morning, Melissa, over on the Zion Family Ministries page. Trina's over there. Denise is over there. Lisa is over there. Heather is over there. And my public page is a bit empty at the moment. I'm going to get a drink of water. Had a great day yesterday. We had recovery soldiers yesterday came and shared testimonies and about their ministry. It was really cool. Just some sweet stories about people's lives and God's power and ability and desire to change and heal us. Hey, Carol. And yes, Denise asked me, did you have a good time with your family? I did. We had a great time with not all the grandbabies. A couple of them weren't there, but we had 5, I guess, and it was grandbaby all day, every day. We had a good time. Didn't really go anywhere, just stayed in the house and played with the babies, and that was about it. Took pictures as my wife posted. Hold on. Oh, this time of year, I never know. It's a potluck situation. You guys ready to sing a song together? As you may know, we're going to go over today, only because we got started late. That's what's going to happen. You are worthy, Lord of all. Worthy is the Lamb that was slain. He's worthy. Worthy of our praise, worthy of our gratitude, worthy of our love. Good morning. Welcome into the Vital Action. If you're just getting in, we got started late, having software issues again. I'm going to contact the company after lunch and see if we can get some of this stuff figured out. It's about to drive me crazy. Let's see if anybody else got in. Let's see. Joyce said she found it. Thank you so much, Joyce. And let's see. Angel got in. Miss Betty got in. And praying for her son. And he's having surgery today. Please pray for him. His name is Caden. He definitely needs our prayers. In a car accident, lost his spleen, fractured his vertebra, eye socket, broke. Was it his arm? He just needs so many. He needs God to touch him in so many ways. Luann got in. Good morning. Patricia got in. Becca got in there. Hey, Becca, how you doing? Anybody else get in? Kay got in. Good morning, Kay. Crawford's in there. Hey, Crawford, how you doing? Good to see you on here. Melissa got. I think is that everybody? Did I call everybody's name? Miss Trina made it in. I think I hit everybody there. Hey, Chuck. Good morning, Chuck. And sorry about the delay. It's a software issue that shouldn't be taking place. We pay good money to get our program on the air. I'm going to work on that today. I want to talk to you a little bit today about gratitude. We're going to talk this week about that. You've seen that already. And this is not a Thanksgiving Day message, although I did share this yesterday. It's a lifestyle message, really. And I did a little experiment yesterday with the church, and I won't go through all that today, but I asked everybody to take their keys out, and I asked them some questions. I said, if you look on your keychain, do you have keys to a car? Do you have keys to 2 cars? Do you have keys to a house or maybe to an apartment or a mobile home? What about your wallet? Do you have cash? Do you have a credit card? Do you have a debit card? Do you have a checkbook, which means you have a checking account? Credit cards, you say they're bad. Well, if you're blessed enough to have one, you can use it. It's not bad. And then I asked the church, do you have shoes on? And how much do those shoes cost? $25, $35, $55, $105, $155, $200. Looked at a pair of boots yesterday, $250 on Amazon. And then I said, what about your clothing? Was it expensive? Do you own a coat? Do you own one? Then I asked the church, I said, do you have electricity in your home? And people might do the eye roll. Well, of course, everybody has electricity. Do you have running water inside the house? Or do you have to go down the street? Do you have access to clean drinking water? Can you even get it? Do you have plumbing inside your house, like to go to the bathroom? Do you have a heating and cooling system, a system where you can regulate the temperature of your home? Do you have internet, television, cell phone? The reality of it is, if you answered yes to most of these questions, and most all of you did, the answer would be that you are some of the richest people in the world. And I know people say, well, no, Pastor Wayne, I'm on a fixed income. I know. You have an income that is fixed. It is there every single month. The check comes like clockwork. Most of the world doesn't have that and don't have any access to get it. They'll never have it. What they earn is what they get, and when they quit earning, they stop living. Here's some things I want you to think about, and then we'll get into the Word of God part of this. As much as half of the world does not have what you have, just the fact that you're sitting looking at me on a device, I don't care, a phone, an iPad, your computer, just the fact that you're doing that shows that you are among the wealthiest people in the world. Some of the wealthiest people in the world. You may not realize that, but if you start looking around a little bit, here's some statistics I'll give you about your wealth. 18% of the world does not own or have access to any kind of vehicle. Anything. Motorcycle, car. That's 1.5 billion people. Think about that just for a minute. Billion with a B have no access to any kind of vehicle. They can't get in the car and go to work, to the grocery store, none of those kind of things at all. They have no access. Hold on a second here. Got to push a few buttons on one of my, there it goes. How about this one here? 63%, and this is a big deal if you think about American life, 63% of the world does not own or have access to a second car, which means dad goes to work one way while mom goes to take the kids to school or goes to work herself or to the grocery store. That is 5 billion. Now think about that. If you have access to 2 cars, you are richer than more than half of the world. 5 billion. Yeah, but my second car is just a whole broken down. Doesn't matter. You have it. You drive it. You can put it on the road. It's got tires on it. It's got gasoline in the gas tank. You are richer than 5 billion people. Think about that just for a minute. And you thought only Bill Gates was wealthy. How about this now? I want you to get to this because I think it's important, especially where I live. 78% of the world does not own or have access to 3 or more vehicles. You say, well, I don't have that. Well, do you? Do you have a side-by-side, or do you have a four-wheeler? Do you have a motorcycle? Do you have a bicycle? Do you have a boat, a bass boat, or maybe you got one of those pontoons? Do you realize 6.3 billion people, 2/3 of the world don't have that? Think about that just for a minute. How rich are you that you have 2 cars in a driveway? Some of y'all have 3, some of you have 4, 5. And you have a tractor out there in the barn that you can do all this work with. I want you to think about how wealthy you are. Because you say, well, what's the point of trying to make me think about how wealthy I am? So that you get a perspective on reality. We live in America, which is one of the most materialistic countries in the world, and we are victims of that materialism. Here's some more staggering figures for you. 16% of the world does not have electricity. 16%. That is 1.3 billion people do not have electricity. They don't have it, can't get it. It's not even in their village. It's not even, I remember we gave some money to help get electricity to a village in Africa, but it only came to one building, the church. It didn't come to all the homes or any of the businesses. And business is a generous term. Think about that just for a minute. 1.3 billion people do not have electricity. 10% live in abject poverty. What is abject poverty? Excuse me. So 1 billion people or 800 million people live for less than $2 a day. $2 a day. What would you do with $2 a day? You couldn't go to Starbucks today. You couldn't go get your burger at Arby's or Wendy's. You couldn't buy your fries at McDonald's. $2 a day. Think about that just for a minute. Now, I don't know if you are aware of the caste system in India. So there's 3 levels of culture in India, or what's the word I'm looking for? And there's the lower, the middle, and the upper class. Thank you. That's the word I'm looking for, class. So the upper class is the upper class. The middle class is the middle class. The lower class, or caste as they call it, is the lower class. Lower class. And you can't move out of those. And those people that live in the lower caste can never advance. You can't move up to management. You can't get a job running the company. You can't go get an education and then you're not allowed to. You are born where you are and you stay there. And the lower caste averages about $6,700 a year. A year. $500 a month. $550. So nearly half of the world does not have access to essential health care. If you can go to the doctor, go to the dentist, get a tooth filled, half of the world can't do that like you can. So I asked the church yesterday, why are you telling us this? Why are you telling us this? Well, to help you understand how blessed you are. I think you should pause right now just after that little bit of statistical data and go, man, I am really blessed. My wife and I, we don't, but my wife and I have a brand new SUV. And I just got that new truck of mine, the big Ford truck. I don't know how people do it. It's amazing. $500 or $600 a month payment, $800 a month payment. I mean, and we're so blessed to have it, and yet we complain about it. We complain. We say we give our children a hand-me-down car. They don't want it because it's not nice enough, or it's not cool enough, or modern enough. How important is it to realize how blessed you are? And I'm going to go over a little bit today because we started late. How important is it to realize how blessed you are? How important is it? Think about this thought. It is nearly impossible to be grateful when you think you have nothing or very little. We have people pull up here all the time and get free groceries. We give away food continuously, consistently. And they'll complain. What's in it? I don't want that. I don't like those things. That's Americans. In other parts of the world, did you know that millions of people live in the garbage dumps? They live in the dump, and their job in life is to separate garbage. For recycling or try to make some bit of money, they actually eat the food. I mean, I want you to think about that. And here we have Americans who pull up in this happens all the time, and I don't have any kind of sour grapes about it. It is what it is. Pull up in a late model SUV or a pickup truck, big $70,000, $80,000 vehicle, and we will load groceries in their vehicle, and they will complain. Is that all we get? And I'm like, really? Because we're Americans, we are so lost in how blessed we are and how much we really have, how filthy rich we are. We have it all. How many channels do you have on your 60-inch television or internet? I mean, all the things we have available, and I'm not here to shame anybody. We need to wake up to realize how blessed we are. You will not appreciate what you have if you are not grateful for it. In fact, what will happen is you'll abuse it. You'll just trash it. You know, wealthy kids destroy things, and then they just throw them in the trash. You'll abuse, waste, unnecessarily discard things of value. Why? Because you're not grateful for them. You don't have an appreciation for them. I want you to think about this. Many of the people who have nearly nothing in the world are very grateful for what they have. I've seen this principle myself as I've traveled the world. While many wealthy people are ungrateful and super stingy, wouldn't give you anything. I remember one time I was in Russia, and we were visiting the home of a very poor family, which was most of the people there. And they fixed dinner, although we had bought the meat and food and things. They couldn't have afforded to feed us all dinner, maybe 10 of us. And they fixed this dinner and had us in their home like it was such a privilege. And then I remember them pulling out. They'd gone to the store and bought little cheap jewelry for me to give my wife. And I mean, it was just heart-wrenching. That here are people that have nothing that are blessing me with material goods. It's just hard to imagine. And in reality, can I tell you this? In reality, they had no concept of how I lived. And I'm not a wealthy person by American standards, but by world standards, man, I have a bed with covers, and we can wash them we can wash clothes in our own house, right in our own house. We cook our own food at home, running water. I want you to think about that. If you live in Russia, for example, you don't have a heat system in your home. You don't have like a air conditioner or a heat pump. You have nothing in the summer, zero. Maybe you can put a fan in the window, and the heat comes on in September or October and goes off in March, and you can't control it. And it doesn't matter if it gets down to 20 below zero. The heat does not come on until that day. It will not come on. You want communism? There you go. You have it. So I've seen people living in poverty be unbelievably grateful and even generous, want to give me gifts. We'll close with this. How important is gratitude? How important is it? Is gratitude really that big a deal? If I'm grateful or not, does it even matter in the scheme of things? And that's the point I want to make this week. I want to talk to you about being grateful and how important it is and how it affects your relationship with God, how it affects your relationship with people. In fact, we're going to find out that it might affect your mental health and your physical health, just being grateful. It's really pretty crazy. Okay, I'm going to wrap up, even though we got 5 minutes over. We started 5 minutes late, so I'm trying to give you the whole show. I'll try to get this mess fixed by tomorrow. I'll be on the phone this afternoon. Thank you so much for being a part of the Vital Axiom. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching the Vital Axiom, even though you started late. Stands for crucially important eternal truth because we use the Word of God as the foundation for our conversation. I want to thank you for being a part of these conversations. Thanks you for joining us. Thanks for watching. Thanks for participating in these crucially important eternal conversations. Let's see if we got any closing comments, and then we'll be out of here. As we go, let's see, I see Sherry got it. Good morning, Sherry got in there. Angel said she was praying for Miss Betty's boy. Y'all pray for him. He's having surgery. Dodie says, with all our blessings, most would fold and give up. Without them, that's true. Without our blessings. So thank you, Angel. How sweet is that? Thank you so much. Just lift me up in prayer. Thank you so much. Have a blessed day over there, Heather. May God be with you guys and bless you guys. Okay, kids, I'm out of here. This show is over today. Bum, bum.